To all the people who say Democrats aren't fighting, watch this clip of Senator Chuck Schumer go to bat on the Senate floor on a mission to earn the commission of his life, while Senator Amy Klobuchar matches his energy. And mind you, in this clip, it's past midnight.
Finally, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it stand adjourned under the provisions of SRES 902 until 10 a.m. on Thursday, November 21. That following the prayer and pledge, the journal of proceedings be approved to date, the morning hour be deemed expired, the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use in the day, and morning business be closed. Following the conclusion of morning business, the Senate proceed to executive session to resume consideration of the Wise nomination. Further, that at 11 a.m., the Senate vote on the cloture motions with respect to the Wise and Weilheimer nominations in the order listed. Further, that following the cloture vote on the Weilheimer nomination, the Senate resume consideration of the Desai nomination, and that the Senate vote on the confirmation of the Desai nomination at 1:45 p.m. Finally, that if any nominations are confirmed during Thursday's session, the motions to reconsider be considered made laid upon the table, and the President be immediately notified of the Senate's action.
Without objection, so ordered.
And no surprise, Donald Trump wasn't too happy about this. He called on Republican senators to push back. Take a listen.
With only 2 months left of his administration, time is running out for President Biden to put his final stamp on the judiciary. There are currently 44 judicial vacancies, and 14 of the president's nominees are awaiting Senate approval. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said Democrats will confirm as many judges as they can. But there are reports incoming Majority Leader John Thune may try to slow the process. President-elect Donald Trump also posted on his Truth Social platform in part, Republican senators need to show up and hold the line. No more judges confirmed before Inauguration Day.
Still, senators like Elizabeth Warren are making direct appeals to the public. She's calling on Senate Democrats to do what they can while they still have a majority in the Senate.
We have fewer than 50 days left to do everything we can to protect working families. Right now, the most impactful thing we can do is confirm federal judges and regulators who can't be removed by the next president. That is the job of the United States Senate. This is our last remaining window of opportunity to confirm fair, independent judges who will make decisions based on the law instead of listening to special interests. Senate Democrats cannot leave a single judge behind. Trump won the election, but more than 72 million people voted for Democrats, and they don't expect us to roll over and play dead.
Unsurprisingly, Senator Mitch McConnell has a lot to say about this process. He's the one who quite literally stacked the Supreme Court with conservative picks. He's also the one who denied President Obama's appointment of Merrick Garland. Now he has something to say about the appointment of partisan judges. Hypocritical much?
Left-wing activists and elected colleagues alike continue to make their disapproval of constitutionalist orthodoxy known, and federal judges who are worried about where things are headed or can't retaliate using their office because they swore to hold the law without respect to persons. You can't go on social media to defend themselves or put out press statements. That's because the American people rightly expect their judges to focus on deciding cases, interpreting the law, and not engaging in crisis.
Federal judge confirmations, which under Article 3 of the Constitution are lifelong appointments, are critically important. And Democrats are finally waking up to the fact that they might need some of these people on the bench on their side, especially in the next 4 years, which is a fact that people on the right have always been aware of.
The sense that this was somehow apart from politics has totally vanished from the Capitol. And senators treat federal judgeships as a political prize that they can award while they have the power to do it. Certainly, Republicans have not been shy about doing that, as the White House said during an equivalent period 4 years ago. And the Democrats, who were maybe a little slower on the uptake about this issue, now are determined to get as many people in as possible. And of course, once the Republicans take control of all of Congress and the White House next year, the courts are going to be really one of very few avenues where the Democrats have a chance of stopping policies that they think are legally questionable.
And to anyone who says, oh, they shouldn't do this, it's not fair. Trump got a mandate. You're doing this right before his inauguration. Listen to Representative Jim Clyburn completely dispel the myth that Trump won in some sort of landslide and that he has a mandate. Trump didn't even crack 50%, and his lead is slimming, and he's barely holding on to control of the House. These are the facts.
So why chill out? Why not be in panic and blaming and this wasn't supposed to happen and maybe it was rigged? Why do you not echo any of the sentiments that we hear elsewhere?
Well, if you look at all the returns and all of the stuff that was being said right after the elections, we found out within the last 24 hours that Trump's vote is now less than 50% of the American people. So that means that over half of the voters did not vote for him. So where is this mandate that everybody is talking about? And so if you just chill out and give things time to assess, then I think you can make better plans about how to go forward.
So while the clock may be ticking towards January, Democrats aren't just sitting around and waiting to run out the clock. No, they're running towards justice, and they're trying to put people in place who will ensure our democracy withstands at least these next 4 years. Because it's not just about who has the gavel tomorrow, but where the scales of justice are going to bend in generations to come.